Living in Florida, where the sun shines almost every day, you may think your vitamin D levels are fine, but they may not be. And that deficiency can wreak havoc on your body and mind. So how can we make sure we're getting enough? Well, joining us now with more is CEO of Trivedi Global, Alice Branton. Alice, good to have you here.
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
So how does a vitamin D deficiency affect our bodies?
Vitamin D is so critical in our lives. If we don't have enough of it, then we have poor immunity. We struggle with there. We have cardiac issues. Harvard recently did a study, and 60% of women that had a cardiac problem had vitamin D deficiency. All kinds of cancers can happen from not having enough vitamin D. So much research is going into this lately. And October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We know 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. They're saying now that 83% of women who were diagnosed had a pre-existing vitamin D deficiency. It's also important for our cognitive health, Alzheimer's, memory problems, even children born with autism. Harvard recently did a study that said it looks like women who are vitamin D deficient, that was probably a possible cause and a link to autism, which is some emerging research. So many things. It's vital to every single cell in our body. People don't realize it's the most vital vitamin that we have. It's in every single cell. It's kind of like the electricity that runs to your home. You need enough voltage to keep your lights on and run all of your appliances. If you don't have enough voltage, the lights start dimming, the appliances don't work, and we just try to find quick fixes. But changing the appliances, changing the light bulbs, that doesn't work. You need more power, more voltage, and that's vitamin D in our bodies.
What is the vitamin D3 myth?
Well, the vitamin D myth are people feel like they can just now go out in the sun for a few minutes and get enough vitamin D. Vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin. It is made in our body. When the sun hits our skin, it is transformed in our body. But for some reason, as humans, humanity is losing the ability to do that. And it has nothing to do with age or race, or even location. Studies and research coming out are showing that 75% of Americans are vitamin D deficient, 90% of people in the UK. There was 100% of the people in a recent study in the Middle East. Japan, China, but shockingly, just recently, the Vitamin D Council put out some research, and they said 95% of women living in the rural parts of India who spend their entire day in the sunshine, they're vitamin D deficient.
Okay, how do we combat this deficiency? Because you would think people who live most of their lives outside would not be deficient.
Right. And until we find what's going on with that, I mean, that is something really difficult. The other thing is people will often just pop a pill for their vitamin D and think, okay, I've taken a supplement.
Right.
But we also know that in nutraceuticals, only about 0 to 3% of it is bioavailable. So we're taking it, but we're not absorbing most of the nutraceuticals out there.
How do we get our nutraceuticals?
So you really need to find the ones that are bioavailable. Or even eating food. Another myth is that you can just drink your milk. You'd have to drink 40 cups of milk to come close to the daily recommended amount, and that's if you absorb it. Only small amounts are in our food.
Right.
So we really have to be aware. You want to find something that's more bioavailable, something that your body can use to convert the vitamin D that you're taking and really use it. And that's why I've put a lot of information about the latest research and how to identify that and find that in the book that I most recently wrote.
Okay.
And since we have a limited time, I want everyone to get a copy of that when it comes out. So anybody who opts in, any of your viewers, and they come to the website, we'll send them the e-copy when it comes out in the next couple of months. So you can read more about that, because it is so vital and critical for our children, for us, for our elderly, everyone, that they have enough vitamin D.
And you will let us know how to get all of it that we need. Alice is offering, as you mentioned, a free copy of her ebook to all our viewers once it's released. For more information, head to AliceBranton.com. Alice Branton, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be right back.